Hey friends, hi guys, Kenya Journey back here with another YouTube video for you guys. Today is a great day, it is beautiful. I am going to share some advice for you guys on 10 ways to boss up and to be the best you that you can be. To be more confident, to be more self-love, to be the best you that you can be. By the way, I'm not naked, so for anyone that's gonna comment and say, oh my god, Kenya's naked, KJ's naked. No, I'm not. I'm wearing I don't know if you guys can see my outfit. I'm sleeveless shirt or jumpsuit, so yeah. So I'm not naked, guys, I promise I'm not. I would not post this video if I was naked. Anyways, why don't we get started into the video? So 10 different ways that you guys can boss up and be the best you that you can be. 101 guide on self-love and independency. So let's get started. So the first one I wanted to kind of go over is one of the ways that you can boss up and you can be the best you that you can possibly be is to be yourself. If you be yourself, you know, and not conform to like what society tells you to conform, or going by trends, or you know, doing things because your friends are doing stuff and you're just being you, you know, people are gonna respect you more if you be yourself, and rather of, you know, trying to be someone that you're not, you know, because you're trying to impress someone or something or whatever. So if you be yourself and make best of who you are, you know, people are gonna gravitate towards you, you know. And if people don't like who you are, or if they don't like your personality or whatever, then they're not the person for you, you know. So you can take it or leave it. That's what I always tell people. This is me, this is who I am. If you guys don't like it, you guys don't like it. If you guys do, cool, you know. So that's what I would say, is just be yourself, be you. You know, you're beautiful. You are the best person that you can be. You know, and there's nobody that can take that away from you. So be yourself. Number 2 is be supportive. So what I mean by be supportive is like, you know, be, so let's say if you're starting a business or something, or whatever, like be supportive of people, you know. Like one thing that I don't like, oh my god, it's like a big pet peeve of mine. I think I mentioned it in a couple of my videos. I'm sorry, I can't talk today, but I think I mentioned in a couple of my videos that sometimes I don't like when some people, let's say they're starting like a business or something, like a clothing line or a makeup line or whatever, and then they're like expecting people to support them, or but you want people to support you. Like, it doesn't make sense, you know. Like, I hate people like that. It's like, how am I supposed to support you? How are you supposed to support me? How is it supposed to be a two-way street if you're not willing to put in the work? You know, be supportive of people, you know, be supportive of your friends, be there for your friends. I feel like that's how you will become more successful. You know, is sometimes it's good to be supportive. It's good to share each other's energy. You know, why not? Like, I love to see my friends being successful. Even if you're not a friend, if you're a stranger, I love it. You know, I love to see people. It makes me so happy seeing people that are trying to better themselves and do good for themselves in the community. I love it. I love people that talk to me about their passions and the way they talk about it and empathize about it. I love it. You know, like, I think it's really dope. It's super, super cool. And I feel like everyone should just be supportive of each other. You know, I don't know why everything nowadays is a competition. You know, it really, like, depends. Like, there's enough room in this world for everyone to do everything, you know? So I say be supportive and just help each other out. Like, there's always some negativity going on in this world because of the coronavirus and, like, you know, just all this crazy stuff. I can talk on and on and on about like certain things, but I'm just not gonna get into it. Maybe it might be a different video. But yeah, be supportive of each other. 3 is be willing to change. So, like, be willing to accept your flaws and learn from your mistakes. That's kind of what I mean by like being willing to change, like who you are. You know, like I said, like accepting who you are, owning up to your mistakes, and solving the situation. You know, it's good to like it's good to change. I just don't understand. I don't know. I like change. I like change. Everywhere I go, I like to do different things. I don't like doing the same thing over and over again. You know, and that is part of life, and that's part of growing up too, is being willing to change your habits and changing your surroundings, maybe even too, you know. Like I did a video, I think about a few weeks ago. It was on like friendship and stuff like that. You know, if you feel like your friends are not really your friends, or you're in a toxic relationship or something, you know, stay out of it. You know, leave the situation. If that is gonna put a hindrance into your life, into your success, then why be in that relationship, or why be in that friendship, you know? Oh, and even family members can be toxic too. You know, just because they're your family, just because they're your mom or dad or whatever, doesn't mean anything. You know, they can still be toxic. And just learning how to make that change, and standing up for yourself and telling them, like, hey, you know, I don't like this, boom, 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 boom. But then if they don't change the situation, then deuces, you know, like, I'm out. You know, I'm not about to stand around for some BS. Like, we too grown for that. You know what I mean? Like, we are too old for that. Like, I'm not about to sit and tell somebody, like, oh, this is what you did wrong, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'll tell you once, but then if you keep making the same mistake over and over again, then I'm going to have to cut you off. Like, that's just me, you know? So make change. Like, if you feel unhappy about something, if you don't like your job, do something about it. If you don't like your weight, do something about it. If you don't like your makeup or whatever, I don't know, do something about it. But make a change. Be happy. Don't, you know, why settle for less when you can when you can grow and be successful more. You know what I mean? So yeah, make change. The fourth one is always admit when you're wrong. So that's kind of a little bit about like what I was talking about making change. But but yeah, like always admit when you're wrong. You know, that kind of correlates with the number 3, because it's like, you know, if someone tells you like, oh, okay, you know, I don't like how you did this, or I don't like how you did that, and you're kind of closed off on it, or you're like, oh, that's not me, I would never do something like that, or whatever, then you're not growing from your, you know, you're just staying in the same spot. Why would you want to do that? Grow from your mistakes. And I feel like when you admit when you're wrong, you're being the bigger person. And sometimes it's okay to be the bigger person. It sucks sometimes. Sometimes you're like, oh my God, why do I have to do this? But sometimes admit when you're wrong, depending on the situation, you know? So there's nothing wrong with that. It's hard sometimes, because believe me, even me, sometimes I got pride. I got pride. So it takes me a while to like kind of admit when I'm wrong to situations or whatever. But then after a while, I'm just kind of like, okay, yeah, that was kind of messed up. I shouldn't have done that. And then I apologize. Because that's how it is. That's how you change things, you know? Because I'm at, like, just look at it this way. If you're in a work setting, or if you're doing your career job, and you're making a mistake, and your boss or whatever is telling you like, hey, I don't like when you did this, you know, I feel like you need to change this. It's all a learning process, you know, and if you reject it, you're going to go back to square one how you were before, and you're not going to learn from your mistakes. So I would say learn from your Number five is to invest. And this is something that I'm still learning on my own. So it's not like I'm a professional when it comes to this. And please don't comment and say, Kenya, what do you know about this? What do you know about stock? Girl, boy, I don't know. I'm still learning this too. But it is so good, especially like our age, you know, I'm in my mid-20s. So it's like, I feel like it's really good right now and beneficial to really invest in yourself. I'm not even talking about financially. You know, I'm saying like invest in like your self-worth, invest in your who you have around, invest in your spiritual surroundings, you know, invest in a house, shit. You know, if you even want to go above and beyond, invest there. But to start small and to really boss up and be that self-independent woman or guy, you need to invest in something. You know, invest. Invest. You know, research things. Research a hobby. You know, working those 9 to 5 jobs all the time can get kind of, it can get kind of boring. You know, sometimes it's good to have a little side hustle or a hobby or something you can work on to grow with your passion. You know, if you, let's say if you like art or something, if you want to be an art teacher, maybe take some art classes. You know, maybe take maybe go back to school for art or something. You know, like do something that will benefit you and to help you. Invest in something. Ladies and gentlemen, invest. The next one, number 6 is self-love. Um, so what I mean by self-love, I talk about self-love a lot in a lot of my videos and stuff like that. I'll talk about, you know, ways to self-love yourself, how to self-love. I feel like self-love is really a really big part and ways to boss up, just because you are working on you at the end of the day. You know, nobody can be the best you. Nobody can work on being you but you, you know? And sometimes it's good to just take a break and to just learn how to love yourself, you know? Maybe spend a few minutes out of your day just learning how to love yourself, learning how to be alone and being okay with being alone. You know, there's nothing wrong with that, you know? And having that time too to relax and some, you know, it could be meditation, it could be exercise, it can be anything. Because you know what, let me tell you something about life, is that life sometimes, it tends to get, obviously, you know, a roller coaster, like too much. It's just like a lot going on. You have work, you have school probably, you have family situationships, friendships, all this stuff. Sometimes it's good to just sit down and just relax with nobody. You know, just by yourself. Maybe you have the music playing or whatever. By yourself, you're just by yourself, chilling, relaxing, and that's the best feeling. Because you know what? Because it's good to have that little moment of life where life just kind of stops and it's just you and yourself, and it's really healthy, you know that. And it's also a good way to clear your mind and to think more, you know, to think more efficiently too. Because when you're busy and you're running around and you're doing all these things, sometimes you kind of lose track on things, or you kind of get wrapped up into everything, or you get physically just a headache. Like me, when I'm overstressed about a situation or something, or I'm overwhelmed because I have like so many thoughts going through my head, I'm just like, oh my God. But sometimes, most times every day, I try to find like 30 minutes to myself. And I'm like, you know what? This is Kenya time. This is KJ time. I'm just going to sit and listen to some music, or I'm gonna go watch some Netflix or something. Like, I'm gonna do something to like care for myself, you know. Because when you do that, then you can think more. You know, you might get a few ideas. Like, you know, everything is just so much clearer to you. So always, always, always do self-care. Do some type of self-love, something, whether, you know, something. It's so beneficial to you. You guys will thank me later. And if you guys want more videos on how to self-love and stuff, I can definitely put that. If you guys just want to comment down in the link below, just let me know. So, and I will be more than happy to do that for you guys. Number 7 is do not care what people think. So, This one is actually like easier said than done because I'm still kind of like going through this right now, but I'm slowly learning to like not care what people think. And I feel like the older we get is the less we start to care what people think of us. We're just like, whatever, I don't care, it's whatever. But I think that's a big thing too, is just like, just stop caring what people think about you. It's just gonna make your life a lot stressful and too much and angry if you constantly care what people think about you. You're not gonna be happy in this world. You're gonna be walking around this world, you know, being mopey as all get out and being in a pissy mood because someone got to you. Someone made you feel some type of way, and that's how you feel. So if you stop caring what people think about you and what you think about you instead of what other people think about you, your life will be so much easier and you'll be so much happy. Literally, literally. So don't care what people think. People are gonna have their judgments at times. People are gonna judge and try to bring you down and stuff like that. But it's up to you, you know, to know within yourself that you know it's up to you, if you want to take it or leave it. But people are gonna have their opinions, and that's just how life is gonna be. But if you stop caring what people think, you can be the best you that you can be. Number 8 is to educate yourself. Educate yourself. So what I mean by educate is what I mean by educate is just researching, like I said, researching things, researching ideas, research. Like Google is going to be your best friend in some situations, not all situations, but Google or asking around, asking someone, like a professional, whatever, going places, actually physically going to events, getting your answer from there. Educate yourself, about things. That's how you're gonna be a boss. That's how you're gonna grow. Educating yourself, educating others about yourself or your business. If you're passionate about something, you know, and I'm educating you guys on, how to boss up, you know, educate other people. Be educated, you know. Pick up a book, read a magazine, look at the newspaper. I don't know. Educate yourself on something, and be prone to what is going on in this world. Number 9 is to relocate. So, what I mean is sometimes, when you're in a situation where you're like, you start to feel comfortable, and you start to build a shell around you. And then sometimes it's good to just kind of try something new or try something different. So maybe it doesn't even have to be like living somewhere else, like a different country or a different state. It could be maybe visiting something, visit, travel. I like change, I like change. And maybe taking that step, moving out of town or something like that, or even like traveling, being knowledgeable of other states, being knowledgeable of other countries. That's why I'm saying back to number 8. Educate yourself. If you don't know something, ask, research, travel, go places, do stuff. That's another way to boss up. That's a good way to boss up. So relocate. Do what you gotta do. Do what you gotta do. So number 10 is self-care. So that kind of goes back to self-love, because remember I kind of talked about self-love a little bit, and that kind of goes back to it. But yeah, self-care is kind of the same thing. So I'm not even talking about like going to a spa or getting a massage or nothing like that, but I'm talking about, like mentally, stimulating your brain, emotionally, taking care of your brain, um, spiritually, even, you know, religiously, doing that self-care, you know, being in touch uh, with your religion, um, being more involved in community outings, um, being more in tune with yourself. You know, sometimes I know it's hard to you know, like talk about it or whatever, but like therapy is a good way of self-care. Therapy is a good soother, to be honest. You know, that's one way to really like level up and be the baddest person you can be. Self-care. You know, and also too, like I said, personal hygiene, you know, um, getting that massage, stuff like that. There's a lot of different varieties of self-care you can do to yourself to better yourself up and to be a boss. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed my channel. If you guys haven't already, make sure to like and share this video if you haven't already. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe to my channel. There's a bell button below by the subscription button. If you click on the bell button, it will send up a notification, so every time I post a new video, then you would see it on your YouTube feed. Also, one last thing before I close is knowing you will love you more than you love yourself. Bye, friends.